Who's taking 243? Some of you guys? A couple of you guys taking 243. Oh, you haven't. You will eventually. You have to, exactly. That's what I mean. So this little skill you're learning right now is going to help you in later stat classes if you go down that route. That Zoom 9 that you guys are doing in that step C, what that is, if you look at what Zoom 9 is actually called, it's called Zoom Stat. So you remember, or maybe you're trying to forget, from Math 95, when you learned how to graph, or Math 111 even, when you learned how to graph, very often you had to look for little indicators, like if you're trying to graph the curve y equals x squared, right? You had to know something about that to get a good window. You had to know that it never goes below the x-axis. So you'd set your y min to 0. And you know it goes up forever. So you'd set your y max to whatever you want because we're going to get there anyway. And you know that it's symmetric on the y-axis, so your x min and your x max probably should be the same number, -5, +5. So you had to know something about the curve. And if you didn't know something about the curve, there was always a Hail Mary pass called Zoom 6, which was called Zoom Standard, or Z Standard. Zoom 6, -10, 10, -10, 10. Some of you are nodding like, yeah, I remember that. Zoom Stat is the Hail Mary pass for data. What Zoom 9 is when you have a scatter plot turned on or a graph turned on, Zoom 9 will open up a window that shows you your data. So it's a Hail Mary pass. It gets you your data in the window. You can then mess with it if you want to, by pressing the window button and then pressing the graph button, back and forth, window graph. But it at least gets you into your data in the ballpark. Just a Hail Mary pass. Kind of makes sense? You can refine it from there, please.
I just had a question.
Question? Yes. Oh, let's come back. Let's come back. Sorry, I wanted to make sure we got that recorded.